Inclusion involves a series of active, daily structural adjustments to physical spaces and interaction styles. This chart shows the prevalence of autism from 2004 to 2018. Over this 14-year period, the proportion of children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder climbed steadily from 1 in 166 to 1 in 59. That rising staircase pattern means you are highly likely to work with, teach, or support an autistic individual right now. By the end of this video, we are going to build a tangible, 3-part customized inclusion action plan that you can deploy immediately. First, we have to adjust our baseline approach. We can adapt the environment to remove barriers instead of expecting an autistic individual to manage a world that is often overwhelming. When an autistic person experiences friction in a classroom or a workplace, the cause is often a design failure in their environment rather than a deficit in their ability. For an autistic person, sudden changes in routine or abstract concepts of time can trigger intense anxiety. Without a clear sequence of events, a standard day feels chaotic. Step 1 in our action plan is implementing the visual routine board. This modification to the environment provides a map of upcoming events. The mechanics rely on physical interaction. You move a task from a to-do state across a boundary and press it into done. You will know this tool is working when the individual begins independently checking the board for their next step, rather than displaying panic or freezing during a transition. Visual boards function as external guides. By offloading the effort of predicting the next task, they help individuals navigate their day with more independence. Next, we have to audit our own communication habits. Multi-step verbal commands, metaphors, and sarcasm often overwhelm an autistic person's processing bandwidth. We replace those habits with literal, direct language and visual supports. This is alternative and augmentative communication, or AAC. Physical picture cards supplement speech, providing a fixed anchor. We also drop the expectation of eye contact. Demanding it causes physical stress and sensory overload. Effective communication relies entirely on shared understanding. It does not require an autistic individual to perform neurotypical body language to prove they are listening. Now, look at your physical space. Perform an audit of your classroom or workspace, specifically hunting for sensory triggers like harsh fluorescent lighting or the persistent hum of background machinery. You need to establish a dedicated, distraction-free zone. This prevents sensory overload from occurring in the first place. With the physical space regulated, we address the social space. One highly effective structural tool is the body system. By pairing an autistic individual with a neurotypical peer, you create a framework for modeled, bidirectional interaction. This helps prevent isolation and provides a safe template for socializing. A regulated sensory and social environment is the prerequisite foundation. Without it, actual learning or working cannot occur. Another significant challenge involves the delivery of abstract academic concepts. In many science classes, the standard method of teaching theoretical principles through verbal explanation frequently fails autistic students. Moving away from dense textbooks and theoretical lectures allows for the introduction of gamified, visual learning. The solution is to translate the lesson into a physical format. You turn a science concept into a tangible, 3D matching or sorting puzzle. You can verify this is working when the student is actively manipulating the physical materials, feeling the geometry, and engaging through touch. Converting abstract principles into physical, interlocking shapes provides a concrete way for students to participate in the lesson. We now have our completed inclusion action plan. Implement a visual routine, stick to literal communication, clear the environment of sensory triggers, and make your lessons tangible. When these 4 elements operate simultaneously, they compound. The friction drops, and the daily experience becomes supportive and clear. Your next step is straightforward. Pick just one routine or one lesson and adapt it for tomorrow morning. This is an iterative process. Start small, maintain absolute consistency with the tool you choose, and celebrate the incremental progress you see. Inclusion is a daily environment built with consistent intention.